Up next is UCF head coach Josh Heupel. UCF got its season started last Thursday at UConn. UCF won the game 56-17. The Knights will play their home opener this Saturday against South Carolina State at Spectrum Stadium in Orlando. Game will be at 6 p.m. Eastern and will be on ESPN3. And as we mentioned at the top of the call, Mackenzie Milton from UCF was named the conference's Offensive Player of the Week this week. Coach, thank you for joining us on the call today. If you would take a minute to tie up the opening win against UConn, please. And we expect to see from your squad as you open at home Saturday against South Carolina State.
Yeah, excited the way our kids came out and played. Obviously for us, week one, new staff, all of us playing together for the first time. I thought they handled going on the road and handled the inevitable ups and downs that happened during the course of a ball game in a really positive way. I thought defensively did a great job of creating negative plays and creating turnovers. Gave us an opportunity offensively to take advantage of some of those things. Offensively, we're really efficient the entire night. Only punted the one time with the one offense on the fourth down at midfield. Thought Mackenzie played extremely well. Smart decision maker, made some plays with his feet. Was extremely accurate with the football, especially down the football field, and created a bunch of big plays. It all starts for us with our run game, and I thought we did a really good job handling some things that were different in the game plan from what we expected from UConn, who had mostly been a predominantly three-man front the previous year and was all four down against us. So I really liked the way we handled it and thought we did a good job on special teams of creating and field position on our return units, and then doing a really good job in the cover area. Excited to get back home and play against South Carolina State this week in our home stadium, and I know our players are ready to go.
Take questions for Coach Josh Heupel, please. Star 1 on your telephone keypad will put you in the queue. The operator will introduce you.
Thank you. Our first question comes from Dan Tortora from wakeupcalldt.com. Please go ahead.
Good afternoon, Coach. How are you?
Good.
Mackenzie Milton, just what you can say. I mean, obviously, when you look at him on film, he's a talent in many different ways, but just what you can say about how coachable he is, the type of leadership that he has, and just what type of weapon you have there at UCF.
Extremely coachable. As well as he played a year ago, he's still a relatively young quarterback, and he's continued to grow. Just eye discipline, getting his eyes on the right spot, physically putting his body in the right position inside of the pocket. Everybody knows what he can do when he escapes and extends and make plays with his feet or with his arm on a scramble. We've asked him to continue to develop inside the pocket. That's something that was a big thing for him during the offseason, what he wanted to continue to grow in. And I think you saw a lot of those things that we've been working on carry over into last Thursday night against UConn. As a leader, he's continued to develop and grow. Everybody knows the way he competes and responds to him on game day that way, but I think he's taken a lot more ownership inside of our building and emphasizing, the way that you have to compete every day, every single rep, whether that's in the weight room or you're running out on the grass field and conditioning drills, or the way we're going to prepare for practice every single day. So really like the growth that we've seen from him, and we're going to continue to ask him to do more and more of that.
And then as far as being at home, just what type of reception you're expecting and how that transition has been, how the community has treated you coming into Central Florida.
Yeah, the community's been fantastic. There's a ton of energy, passion inside of our program. That's one of the great things about this football program and this university is just the continued upward trend of this university as it continues to grow. The athletics department, the same thing. And obviously the football, what it's done here in the last 10 years. In last year's success, obviously, it has this place at its peak as far as interest and excitement. And so, I think the stadium's almost completely sold out for the entire season and with season tickets. And so I expect a packed house and a great environment for our kids to come play this week, but really for the entire season.
Well, thank you, Coach. I appreciate it, and good luck moving forward.
Thank you.
And do you have any other questions for Coach Heupel, please? Star 1 on your telephone keypad, if so. Well, Coach, we do have one more if we could. Go back to Dan.
Yeah, we have a repeat question from Dan Tortora.
Coach, just to go a little bit deeper into that, you were talking about the community, just where you are in the middle of the state in Central Florida. It's a hotbed for recruiting, and just what you can say about being in that area and knowing that if you go an hour here, 45 minutes there, 2 hours there, there's talent all over the state of Florida, and just what it's like to be right in the center of it.
Yeah, I mean, there's not a more fertile area in the entire country as far as recruiting. Every one of our coaches has an area here inside of the state of Florida. We go up into South Georgia and Atlanta a little bit as well. But because of how close we are and the success this program's had over the last decade, the interest, in response from recruits in this area has been fantastic. And, as far as getting kids on campus to come watch practice or come to a game hopefully here in the future, but during the course of spring ball to come to practice, I've gotten more traffic here than anywhere I've been as far as high-level recruits. And so, when I got hired, Danny was talking about the facilities that we're building. Usually, that's a 4 or 5 year process. He's really pushed the envelope and to see those facilities come to fruition quickly. We got, a nutrition center that just got done being built. Our new game day locker room is going to be done before we walk out on Saturday night this week. There's so many good things that are happening right here that once we get our kids on campus or recruits on campus, it's an easy sell. So I think, for kids from this area, this is one of the largest universities in America and one of the fastest growing cities in America. The long-term opportunity to create a successful, not just playing career here for 4 years, but opportunity to be successful the rest of your life is something that's unique to sell here at UCF.
And lastly, for me, just what we can expect out of you. Obviously, there's been a lot of success the last couple seasons under Scott Frost, and he left it, like you said, as high as it's ever been. And, the NCAA just recognized in the book that, this is a championship team. So going in on that, what can the community expect out of you, and how do you handle all of that, fan favor and everything that's going on right now, and the fact that there is a beacon of light that is shining on UCF and people are kind of watching to see what this era is going to continue to be for UCF?
Well, embrace the passion and energy. Nobody's got higher expectations of this program than I do. That's why I come to work every single day and put on the hard hat and have fun with it. And our kids are passionate, have a ton of energy. Our staff is the same way. I mentioned the university, just the continued development and upward trend of the university itself as well. And so this is a great time to be here at UCF. It's great to be a part of this community. The community's really embraced the football program in the university. And so it's exciting, and it's something that I look forward to continuing to develop. And the challenge, I said in January for our staff and our players is as good as this place is right now. The challenge for us every day when we walk in here is to make this place one day better. And our kids have done that since we've gotten here, and our staff has as well. So look forward to getting an opportunity to go out and compete one more time. But we intend to have an exciting brand of football that's going to play aggressive in all three phases of the game. And hopefully continue to go chase championships.
Thank you, Coach. Again, I look forward to talking with you.
Appreciate it.
Coach, thanks for joining us on the call today. If you would look forward to hearing from you again next Monday.